Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Hey, can anybody relate to this? I just finished watching a video of a girl saying all the things that she's not going to spend money on in 2025. Awesome. Good for her. I am all for saving money and not spending money on things you don't need. But her list was stuff like she's not going to go to Starbucks anymore. Check. Already don't do that. She's not going to get her nails done. Check. I already don't do that. She's not going to go get her hair cut. Check. I haven't gotten my hair cut by a professional in I don't know. Was it 2018, I think? I curl it so you can't see the imperfections. Pro tip. What was something else? Oh, she wasn't going to buy any more home decor or mugs or water bottles. I don't do that, partially because I have a cabinet full. If I buy something new, something else is going to have to go. So I just don't. Oh, she's not going to eat DoorDash or Uber Eats. Check. We don't even live close enough to a place where you can do that kind of stuff. Oh, there was something else. What was it? I don't know. Unnecessary skincare and hair care products. Check. It's so frustrating to me when you're trying to save money or make more money or whatever, and then you see these lists of tips like cut out Starbucks. Give me something attainable to do. It's like those weight loss things too, like cut out pop, done. Don't eat fast food, done. Like I might get it once, maybe twice a week. We live far enough out. It's just not super convenient to do that stuff. How do you save money when you're not spending it on anything except for, I occasionally will go to Dollar General and spend maybe more than I meant to because I find things that are on sale and I have coupons for. And I don't necessarily need right then, but I know we'll use later. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. Man, I want to go to the thrift store today. And I'm like, I'm not even sure if I should go spend the money on the thrift store. I don't know what the point of this video is, but I'm just... Can anybody else relate? I'm so frustrated. Okay.
And since we're on the topic, are we all on this low/no buy for 2025? And if so, can I just buy all my stuff that I want now so that next year I don't have to worry about it? Is that wrong? Because I just feel like, hear me out. I just feel like if I buy it now, because there's a lot of stuff that I want. I want stuff every day, almost. But there's a few bigger purchases that I want. And if I don't want to buy it next year, if I'm having a low buy, then why not just buy it now before the end of the year? Tell me that makes sense. I swear, it might be girl math, but in my head, it makes sense.
Here's everything I learned after doing an entire month of no spending on anything that wasn't deemed non-essential. There were some rules to my no spending. Obviously, I have to spend on essentials. For me, I'm blessed enough that my essentials are only a car payment and my insurance. I don't pay for groceries. I don't pay for rent. I live at home. I budgeted myself about $100 to spend going out or getting any food. The main goal was to save around $1,000. I like going out. I don't like staying home. So I had to figure out activities that I could do where I could go out and not spend any money. So I could go window shopping. That's no problem. I could go hang out with my friends, but I would have to be very vigilant about what I was spending. The first thing that I learned, I am an emotional buyer. I knew that before, but I didn't know how deep my emotional buying went. So I feel like a lot of the time, the reason I was purchasing something was because of the hype surrounding it and the initial emotion I got from that item. And so I would have to tell myself like, okay, let's stop for a moment, stop freaking out. Let's come back down to earth and think about, what do you need this product for? Do you truly need it? And then if you do need it, is the price justified? 9 out of 10 times the price is not justified for its usage. Like 87% of the time, this internal monologue with myself questioning if I truly needed it worked. Another thing that I learned is that I heavily depend on shopping for making me feel better if I'm sad or angry or whatever the emotion is. Now that part runs a lot deeper, heavily rooted in my childhood, but I was trying to tackle the problem at the surface level so that I could eventually get into the deeper work. It was very, very hard for me to be able to control my emotions without utilizing shopping as like a safety blanket. What worked for me was having a conversation with myself and being like, okay, what am I feeling? Why exactly am I feeling this? What made me feel that way? It was very uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. Then I would also go out and go on walks with my dog, and I felt immediately like 10 times better. And I'd come back and I didn't even want the thing that I was looking at. Another thing that I learned that was very clear, I think from the start, even before doing a no spend, I need a better job that can pay a lot better than what I'm getting. Because in reality, if I wanted to save more than $1,500, because $1,000 honestly is not that much, I couldn't. It's not realistic. My job doesn't pay me enough to be able to save $1,500 a month. And to me, that's crazy because I don't have a lot of necessities to pay for. Like, when I think about my coworkers who have their own apartment and pay for the groceries and the gas and all that different stuff, like, that is utilities. Like, it blows my mind that on our paycheck, my paycheck, they can do all of that. And then I had the realization that it's going to be a lot harder to move out of my parents' house because the only reason I was able to make it through this entire month was because I live at home. I freeloaded as much as I could off of my parents. Overall, I had a pretty good experience and I'm going to do this again. And I would definitely recommend if you need to get your expenses in order and you're just like, I'm way overspending, do a no spend month. It will change your life.
Let me de-influence you real quick, okay? I've been behind on my rent for multiple months. I've at times had like little to nothing in my name, like $20. And I still was able to eat. How? Aldi. Okay, I see people talking about Aldi and I didn't want to speak on it because I don't want it to go away. I don't want anything to happen to it. But I have eaten splendidly with $20 from Aldi. With $20 at Aldi can get you chicken, right? Probably like the little pack of chicken breasts, but that's still chicken. Or, in my opinion, like, not even just my opinion, but from my experience, ground beef is cheaper than chicken sometimes. So go for what's cheaper. Go ahead. Be careful for your big sister because she might hit you. Okay, just kidding. I won't let that happen. I won't let that happen, baby. Oh gosh. Ground beef cheaper than chicken. Get like instant rice for like $1. Almond milk or whatever milk you drink. Okay, a few bucks. Some juices, a few bucks, right? My advice though, look through every like food group. So like I have a note, let me show you. See that? And I break it down by each food group. So like proteins, grains, snacks, drinks, etc. And then based on that list, I would pick at least one food group, depending on your budget. $30 is pretty good. 40 if you really want to get by for the week. And then each food group. So like go down from proteins, be like, okay, what's cheaper? You know, add it up and be like, okay, so this pack of beef is like $6. Cool. Next food group. Okay, what can I make with beef? Rice. Okay, rice. Boom, $1. You get like a bunch of them, like with beans in it, whatever the fuck, cheese, broccoli. Ooh, go crazy, right? Then get like dairy, right? So milk, if you like milk, or almond milk, oat milk, whatever floats your boat. Then get little snackies, because realistically you need snackies, right? So get the snackies, because realistically you're not always going to want to cook. Or get like a ready to eat meal, okay? Because sometimes when you're balling on a budget, you don't have the time to be cooking or the energy because you're working constantly, probably. Who knows? Well, I don't know your story. But yeah, and add it all up. If you notice, okay, wait, I don't really need that realistically. What am I going to make with that? Like, why am I buying toast? Why am I buying bread? I know I'm not going to eat bread. You know, just think. Get, like, waffles. Protein has, like, protein. Aldi has the protein waffles. And that's good for you. Protein fills you up longer. Oh, another hack. If you really, like, are on a budget, stack up on protein. Because protein keeps you full longer. And so get everything with protein in it, like the protein waffles, the eggs, get eggs if you eat meat or eggs or whatever. The tortillas with the protein in them, yes. Everything should have protein in it because it'll help you stay full longer so that you can actually fucking ball on a budget. Period.
A lot of people are saying that they're going to stop over-consuming things in 2025. But honestly, why would you wait until you see it all over the internet to be like, oh yeah, you know what, I need to stop over-consuming? It might just be me, but I've been doing this for years. When I tell you I'm getting every last drop, that's exactly what I'm doing. Talking about oh, I'm gonna start cutting open my lotion bottles. I've been doing it. You're crazy. You think I'm about to pay this much for some lotion and not get every ounce? You're crazy.
You cannot out-earn bad spending habits. I make good money, I save a good amount of money, I make smart financial decisions for my future, I have zero debt, and still I spent some of my last therapy appointment talking about my shopping compulsion. That's because bad spending habits aren't just about the money you spend. It's about feeling out of control. It's about bringing items into your life you don't really need, cluttering your living situation and your mind. And it's about all the time you spend looking for things to buy. And your finances may be excellent, like shout out to my mom for teaching me about personal finance since I was a child. But that doesn't mean that there's not an opportunity cost when you're buying a bunch of BS. Spending money on all of these individual items might give you that rush of adrenaline or, a surge of whatever neurotransmitters, but saving all that money up and buying one very precious item or going on a trip or treating your friends out to a nice dinner might give you longer lasting joy. I want to address my shopping compulsions and make better decisions about what I'm buying. But shopping compulsions are a lot like disordered eating, where you can't quit cold turkey, right? You can't just stop eating because you have issues with food. Like, you every day have to navigate food and your issues. The same with shopping. You can't just stop buying things altogether. You could decide to stop buying consumer goods, but you will still have to go to the grocery store and make decisions there and make sure that you didn't just stop buying shoes and then start buying very expensive groceries or a bunch of candy and just transferring your adrenaline rush and your dopamine hit or whatever to another item. All this to say, don't think that just because you can afford everything you buy, that you do not have an issue. I'm gonna keep sharing about the things I buy, my shopping tips, beautiful things I find, but I'm also gonna share about the work that I'm going through to undo that shopping compulsion, to become a more mindful shopper. And of course, personal finance. Follow me along on this journey.
So life is about connection, right? If you are going to spend money on anything, make sure that it is on stuff that allows you to connect with other people on a much deeper level. Life is about connection. So stop impulse spending. Spend money on trips and other experiences and just stuff like that. Spend money on those things. And I promise you that you will never, ever regret it. A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's continue the video.
Just because I got the money does not mean I need to spend it. Just because I got the money does not mean I need to spend it. All this keeping up with the Joneses and trying to look better than your situation, you can miss me with that. Hell, I don't even want to save my credit card information online anymore. If I can't type it in and take the extra minute, did I really even need it? And even with the credit card situation, if I can't pay my balance off at the end of the month, I'm setting myself up for failure. I don't need to be going to restaurants every night. Hell, half the time when I'm going to the restaurant, I be mad because I'm like, I could have made this better at home. Or it takes so long to where you didn't really save any time. They say the average person can't cover $1,000 expense if it just came up. That's crazy if you think about it. Just think about it. Next time you're in traffic, just look around. Half of these people don't have $1,000 to their name. Can't be me. It cannot be me.
I heard 2024 was all about loud budgeting, so I wanted to share with you guys that things that I can afford but I'm no longer spending my money on this year. First things first is nails, specifically acrylic nails. Last year, you could not catch me without acrylic nails, but this year I've decided to swap to press-ons simply because the cost of acrylic nails has gotten ridiculous in London. Last time I got my nails done, I spent £63, guys. I kid you not. And that was literally just for take off and a new set. But now they charge for everything. They charge for the shape, they charge for the length, they charge for French tip, charge for design. And it's just gotten out of hand. But I also hate the experience of going to the salon. I hate waiting. It takes like 2 hours. It's a waste of my time that I could be spending on making more money or doing something more efficient. So I am a press-on girly for 2024 now. And I will save so much money because press-ons literally cost like £1.50. Love them. Never going back. The second thing on my list is spending loads of money on like trending things. So things from like Zara, H&M, and PLT. I feel like last year, every time something came out, I was like, oh my God, I really want that. And what I've realized is that there will always be something that you want, and therefore you will always spend money on these like trending items. And it's so much better to spend your money on like staple pieces, and that is what I'm doing this year, rather than every time something becomes trending, like buying it. I literally always say to myself, wait a week. If you still want it, you can get it. If not, then you didn't want it anyway. And trust me, every time I wait a week, I end up forgetting about it anyway. So trending items are off my list for 2024. And the final thing on my list is going out for expensive restaurants or eating out like multiple times a week. I love food and eating out just as much, or probably more, as the next girl, but I've realised there's actually more interesting ways for me to spend time with my friends and family than just going out to restaurants. So I've decided to kind of swap my brunches and my dinners for activities instead. So for example, like me and my friend meet up on Saturdays where we would usually meet up for food. We've started going like pottery painting and it's been so fun. Number one, it's cheaper. Number two, it's more interactive. And number three, it's so good for our mental health. Like, we've really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to be swapping out more dinners with like lots of activities. And I'm lucky to live in London, so I just want to make the most of being here and check out all the cool things that are in the city.
I have been binge watching under consumption frugal content here on TikTok. I have been I just watched the Buy Now Netflix documentary. It was talked up so much, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm like, okay, this needs to be my life now, like being frugal, so that I can start saving more money. Like, I've been giving my savings account scraps at the end of the month, and so here are some things that I am going to be doing differently for 2025. Okay, so number one is no more gym clothes. I really don't know what it is with me and gym clothes. Like, I just keep buying gym clothes. I don't know if I feel like the workout is going to be better or something, but I have too many gym clothes and I only work out like 3 to 4 times a week, so I'm done buying gym clothes. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm getting rid of my Amazon Prime. Now, this is going to be the hardest thing for me because I've had my Amazon Prime for like 8 years now, and it's like all I shop on. I'm also getting rid of my Audible and going to like a free library like Libby. So yeah. The third one is making weekly meal plans and buying groceries according to that plan. I buy and throw away so much food. I am contributing to the waste. I mean, we all are, but like it's becoming a problem real bad to where like I'm throwing away things that I have not even opened yet. I'm also only eating out once a week. This is also going to be hard because I like to eat out. I guess that's the reason why I'm throwing away food, because I'm not cooking it. But I like to eat out, and I like to go sit down in restaurants. I like appetizer. I like having a nice meal. So this is going to be something I'm going to have to start doing at home for myself. I am done with online shopping. I do feel like there's going to be some exceptions to this. Like, if I need to like buy, I don't know. I'm already trying to make up excuses. Okay, no online shopping. And lastly, I'm going to go to free events. I don't know how easy this one's going to be, but I live in Houston, so I don't think it's going to be too bad. I've already found some places that I'm going to go to. So yeah, this is my, I guess, no buy 2025.
You guys, I just saw something that almost gave me a heart attack. I'm hearing that there's no spend 2025. No spend 2025 the whole fucking year. I cannot do that. I usually do no spend January. I'm not even sure I can do that. I don't know. What are you guys doing? I'm curious. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got like a day and a half to decide, don't I? Okay. Well, I'm definitely doing no sugar January, okay? You want to join me?
There was a lady on here complaining that she had to ration her kids' bacon. I wish I could find her because I really want to tell her that you don't have to buy bacon. You can do a lot with just eggs, bread, milk, and butter. The problem is the prices. I will agree there. There's a lot of things I don't eat anymore because of prices. But the main problem is that you don't know how to be poor and you don't know how to meal prep or plan your food budget.
For the entire month of February, I did not treat myself, I did not buy things, and I wrote down every single thing I wanted, every time I had the impulse to buy something, what it was, and how much it was. And I'm going to tell you, how did this work out for me? So for starters, some of the examples are anything from Amazon, clear acrylic shelves for sunglasses, to an Orange Theory membership, to a new fake tan. I have Nikes on here, I have a New Balance shoe, I have a Set Active, so really all sorts of different things that I didn't want to spend money on this month, and did this help my spending habits? I would say I'm pretty good about spending. I definitely could be better, but what I wanted to do was cut down on these impulse purchases. Do I actually like this? Because I'll find myself seeing an Instagram ad and I'm like, oh my god, I need that, and then I buy it and I get one use out of it and I just don't love it. Whereas the past 2 Christmases, everything I put on my Christmas list were things I wholeheartedly wanted and use and love, and that's kind of how I want to treat my spending, because why not? So I will say that yes, lip filler, I did get lip filler and that is on the list, but that's because there was a deal, so I had to take, opportunity of that. I will say I think that this totally cut down, because looking back on these purchases that I could have made, if I added this whole list up, I mean, this easily could be $1,000+ and it's just things that I don't need. There's a few here and there that I'm like, oh wow, those really stick out to me, but my parents growing up always said it's good to want, and now that I have the ability to spend some money, not as much as I'd like, but obviously some money, I think being impulsive can just be not good with my money spending. So I feel like writing down this want list is really effective, and every month I do plan to do that. So looking through this list, I did the lip filler off of the list. So I'm probably not going to make, purchases in March all that much, but I will start a March list, and then in April allow myself to buy something off the March list. And so I'm still buying things and I'm still rewarding myself, but I'm thinking for a month over it, what do I really want out of this list than acting on impulse? I invite you to try this, and that's also one reason that I rebranded Loverboy, is for more sustainable and longevity in pieces. I love pieces that I wear all the time, and pieces that I know are going to last me a long time. I hate like really cheap stuff like that, and so this is also another reason on this list are these things that you can invest in and know that you'll love and wear for a long time or want for a long time. So I hope that helps.
I'm about to make an insanely big purchase. Well, big to me and probably to most people, but I can't figure out if I'm being delusional or if I'm being optimistically realistic. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Like you can do this, you could afford this. Like you have gone over the numbers, which I have multiple times. But I'm also like, I don't need this, but like, do we need anything other than water and bread? Like, and then it's also like, am I living outside of my financial means? I don't even like that saying, because it's like, what do you mean my financials can't change or get better every single day? Like, I don't understand the financial means thing. Like, if you can afford something and you budget it into your expenses in life and you still have savings, like how much do we need saved at all times? Like, what is coming that we need like hundreds of thousands of dollars saved? Like, that would be ideal. But it's also like, shouldn't you reap the benefits of how hard you work? And if you could do something and still live the same and enjoy it, like, isn't that what life's all about? Like, my mind at this point, now that I'm getting close to actually purchasing it, I'm like, it's playing tricks on me. It's like, what is really going on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
She asks, how much do we need saved at all times? and I'd say a year of expenses. 1 year, 1 full year. So an average person spends about $30,000, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you have that, then I mean, just spend how you like from that point forward.
Can we talk about No Buy 25 really quick? Because my heart cannot be happier that this is a trend that everyone is aspiring to in 2025. Last night I saw a couple of things come through on my feed. Of course, I watched them, and now my algorithm is just flooding my feed with them, and it is amazing. But first, I'm realizing that maybe you don't know what No Buy 25 is, so let's talk about it. So No Buy 25 is promoting healthy financial responsibility. And what that means to me might mean something different to you. But for an example for everyone here, it could mean not buying new makeup and using through the makeup that you have. Perhaps you're not buying new skincare. Perhaps you're not buying new clothes. Perhaps you're not indulging on Amazon on a weekly basis. Perhaps you're going to be eating out only once or twice a month as opposed to 3 or 4 times a week, and you're just going to cook all your meals at home. Again, it's all about financial responsibility so that you have the opportunity to invest your money, to save your money, to pay off your debts. Whatever you need to do, you can accomplish it. So you better believe there's going to be a lot of content coming from me on this, because as somebody who has a significant amount of student debt, I am always looking for different ways to save money, invest my money, and of course look to pay off my student loans much faster. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to accomplish. So drop them over here in the comments. And again, if you see any of these coming through your feed, I definitely think they're worth your time for a review. Enjoy.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.